Your gong here. Now that we've covered square stepping, we can begin to talk about Chinese 8-character steps. It's called 8 stepping or 8-character stepping because the Chinese character for the number 8 looks like a V. So your feet are like a V, which if you've ever watched the movies for Wing Chun, you realize they do a lot of stances in V stepping. We have V stepping in Tai Chi Chuan as well, which goes about with circular stepping. We only do it a few times in the Tai Chi form. Most notably is when we're doing single whip. See the 8-character step there? Or when we're doing Fair Lady Works at Shuttles. I'm doing 8-character stepping. So it's in our Tai Chi form, but we usually don't train it separately. But in my adjacent lineage, we do. So I'm going to cover that because a couple students talked about it. And I love doing it because it gets you moving in a round circular fashion. And then I'm going to show you what, as a separate video, how to do Fair Lady in a circular stepping pattern. So anyway, what's great about Ching Min Ching's form is it starts with a V-shaped, open-toed 8-step, right? That is an 8-step right there in the beginning of Ching Min Ching's form. Now what's great is this facilitates 8-stepping. I shift my weight with the knee staying aligned with the toe. I come up on the ball of the foot and step with the heel. Shift. I have to stabilize my knee so it doesn't grind. So it's very important that you have very good knee discipline, because if you let your knee wobble, it grinds. So I can't allow it to go in or out. It has to stay fixed over the toe. So then what I do is I turn my waist and close both claws. And I shift. So if I go faster, and you can do it, it doesn't have to be so tight like Wing Chun. You can actually do it as a more open pattern too. So the feet are farther apart from each other. And you do that when you get into the San Chow form. So when you're doing the 2-man San Chow form, Chinese 8-stepping comes out more readily because we're doing it a lot. Especially like when you're doing cloud hands against ward off, which is part of the set in San Chow. Now, like I said, we begin just like the Ching Min Ching form, and I can turn. So I sink and turn, just like we do in the Ching Min Ching form. Shift, turn on the pad of the foot, step with the heel, shift, turn. Opposite direction. Now if your knees start hurting for any reason, stop. You're grinding your knees and you're doing it wrong, okay? Also you can do it backwards. I shift. So it's open, okay? So you're basically stepping backwards and then coming to an 8. Open and then into an 8, okay? Now, the question always arises, well, why are we doing this? Because this is a very advanced form of circular stepping in Tai Chi Chuan, and like masters like Sifu Sam Tam uses it with devastating results, especially when you're hooking the other person's leg. See, if the other person's coming in and you step around their leg and turn, it locks their knee. It's very dangerous to the other person's knee. So in combat Tai Chi Chuan, these steps are very important. And we're basically doing them, like say when we're doing white crane. The next motion is a turn in, which comes with that hooking foot. So it is important. Now the other thing is, what happens when we start adding other elements from the form? See, I can do cloud hands in 8-stepping. You have to coordinate the wrists, the ankles, and everything together. One element's turning from your center line in the center, but it's fun to practice. So that's cloud hands. Now, let me show you a variation from Fair Lady Works at Shuttles. So I'll just begin in the corner we usually begin with. We have Fair Lady. I shift, step, 8-step, come around, this hand comes up, I turn, step to the corner. Come back. Chinese 8-stepping. Chinese 8-stepping. Chinese 8-stepping. It's a fun, different way, more advanced way to do Fair Lady. You can add it to your form if you're an advanced or intermediate student. So anyway, play with that, but always make sure your knee is very stable over the toe as you turn your waist, closing and opening the quads, okay? You don't want to grind that knee. It didn't record. Goddamn didn't record.